ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
Because I keep seeing all these people going to Petco, and I think, I wish it were just a little bit closer. And so getting this one in San Marcos is like it's an answer to prayer for us.
Another vaccination superstation is going up, this time in the North County. It will open this weekend at the campus of Cal State San Marcos. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Our ABC 10 News reporter Anthony Purro spoke with residents in the North County waiting for their turn to get the shot.
This will be the county's third vaccination superstation. Like the other ones, it will be equipped to vaccinate thousands of people a day.
And I logged on and it was busy. Okay. And I logged on again, it's still busy. By the time I got through, it was like, well, sorry, we have no more vaccines. So I've been doing that every day.
That's been Sheila Anderson's experience trying to sign up to get the COVID-19 vaccine, the shot that is in such high demand. Sheila is 71 years old.
And my husband's almost 80 and my neighbor's 88, so they're the priority right now.
The county has been working to vaccinate as many people as possible, and on Sunday they will be opening a vaccination superstation at Cal State San Marcos, a short drive for Sheila.
And I was very excited because if I've got to go somewhere and wait, I'd rather go locally because we got to go back for a second one.
And this is the way we beat the virus, by getting, the vaccination out to everybody.
Supervisor Jim Desmond says the site will be able to do 5,000 vaccinations a day. It will be set up in the gymnasium of the campus. It will be a walk-up site, meaning it's not drive-through, but people still need an appointment to get vaccinated. People can begin making appointments Saturday.
What we always want to tell people, though, is before you just run off to Cal State San Marcos, check with your provider. Check with your health provider, because Kaiser has their own vaccinations. Scripps has their own. Sharp has their own. But if you check with your doctor first, they're going to be able to lead you down the shortest path.
The county has 2 vaccination superstations open, one near Petco Park and one in the South Bay. The San Marcos location will be the third. County leaders have said they want to put up a total of 4. In addition, they're aiming to open a total of 16 smaller vaccination locations throughout the county. The goal is to be able to vaccinate 25,000 people a day. Sheila hopes she will soon get vaccinated and plans to make an appointment at the North County Superstation.
It's one more level of protection.
Anthony Purra, ABC 10 News.
Could be months before every American who wants a COVID-19 vaccine can get one. Shortages plague the country from coast to coast. President Biden has promised more than 1 million vaccine doses will go out next week, but his own advisors are less optimistic. And the CDC director is warning that people still have to be cautious, especially with more contagious variants confirmed in at least half the states.
They're more transmissible, which can lead to increased number of cases and increased stress on our already taxed healthcare system.
Meantime, a defense official says efforts are currently in place to get thousands more people in the military to help get shots into arms, potentially up to 10,000 service members in 100 sites across the country.
There are hopeful signs in our latest numbers. There were 1,400 new cases today, but our test positivity rate was down to 9%. However, another 44 San Diegans have lost their lives to COVID, bringing that number to 2,465. One of San Diego's biggest school districts will begin welcoming back some students to campus next week. Poway Unified is sticking with its plan to allow elementary and special education students to return to in-person learning. They'll be back on their AM/PM schedule. Extended school and preschool resumed last week. The county needs to move into the red tier of the state system before middle and high schools can reopen.
Both Pfizer and Moderna have announced they're working on a booster shot in case a variant of the virus starts to escape the vaccine. But a new study out today from San Diego researchers offers encouraging clues about our immunity against mutations. ABC 10 News anchor Derek Stahl is going in depth with one of the lead researchers.
By now, we've heard of the UK variant, the South Africa variant, the Brazil variant, and now the California variant. Each mutation shown in red changes the virus's shell ever so slightly. This week, Moderna released a small study showing antibodies produced by its vaccine still fit the UK variant just fine, but fewer neutralizing antibodies recognize the South Africa variant. Their effectiveness dropped 83%, or six-fold.
Is that concerning? Yes, it is concerning.
But there are plenty of reasons for optimism, says Dr. Alessandro Setti, a researcher at the La Jolla Institute for Immunology. The first comes from studies on monkeys that reveal exactly how many antibodies we need.
The drop that's been in Moderna is a drop of sixfold, but you're still well above the level that is necessary to protect from infections.
Another reason for optimism: antibodies are not the only part of our immune system. There are also memory B cells and T cells, Dr. Setti's specialty. He and his team published new research Wednesday showing the vast majority of T cells in COVID survivors still recognize the UK variant, and their models are showing the same thing for the South Africa variant.
It seems that 90% of the T cells response would be not affected by the mutations that are found in these variants.
Translation?
It might not prevent the infection, but from what we know, it may actually make the disease a lot less severe.
He says another key point about these variants is that they actually share a lot of the same mutations, even though they evolved separately in different parts of the globe.
It is quite possible that the virus already used all the tricks in terms of variations that could do, because you see the same thing in South Africa, the same things in Brazil.
He says that suggests one vaccine booster shot might be all we need, if we even need one at all. Since mRNA vaccines are built using genetic code, they can be updated quickly. Pfizer says it could update its vaccine in 6 weeks, meaning it could be ready for public release in a matter of months. Derek Stahl, ABC 10 News.
Scientists believe these variants are more contagious, but there's mixed data on whether they're any more deadly. Yesterday, researchers in Minnesota detected the first case of the Brazil variant in the U.S. The South Africa variant has not been found here yet.
Another big storm is headed our way tomorrow. Rain is expected for much of Thursday night into Friday. Now, the amount of heavy rain in such a short amount of time is a concern for areas that were recently burned in brush fires. Our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo shows us how some are preparing just in case of flooding and mudslides.
Just as the county was starting to dry up, another storm is headed our way, expected to dump heavy rain in communities that burned last year and were just soaked days ago.
Without the vegetation in areas, there's another thing to not slow the water down. So in those burn areas, the main thing I would be concerned about is simply the water runoff.
Last September, the Valley Fire burned thousands of acres in East County, burning dangerously close to Hidden Haven Farms. Burn scars still visible on the hillside. Ryan Skidmore lives and helps run the farm with his father.
My dad had previously worked with the county of San Diego, and they gave us a lot of tips. They gave us a lot of materials, and it worked really, really well.
During last week's storms, the property was left untouched. Skidmore credits preparations done ahead of time, like lining the farm with fiber rolls and break dams to divert the water.
Everything worked exactly the way it was supposed to. We didn't have any big landslides coming down the mountain.
Geologist Dr. Pat Abbott says preparation is key.
Sandbags are going to be the main way you can set up some mass to deflect the flow of water.
Skidmore plans on spending Thursday double-checking that all of the safeguards in place are ready to go, ready for the water.
Just check them. We've made a lot of preparations, almost for like the entire season. We just have to make sure that they all stay in place.
Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
And our meteorologist Angelica Campos is tracking that storm, which is on its way right now.
Hi, Stephen. A lot of people probably are saying, hey, the last storm didn't bring that much rainfall, but it did bring a lot of wind. And that is true. This one is going to bring some wind, but it won't be as powerful. But the rain Well, certainly will. In fact, a flash flood watch will be in effect starting tomorrow at 7 p.m. through 4 p.m. on Friday. It is basically covering the entire county from the coast all the way to the mountains, where we'll see the heaviest rainfall. And already this system is trying to make its way into Los Angeles. Most likely they'll have some showers by tomorrow morning. We could start to see some wet weather here by the end of the afternoon, but our best chance is going to be on Friday. And this system is going to be tapping into the atmospheric river, which means heavy rainfall. Some spots may see 2 inches or more. We'll break it all down in your 7-day forecast.
And the nation is on high alert tonight after the Department of Homeland Security issued a rare public warning about domestic terror threats. The alert comes as former President Trump faces a Senate trial where he's charged with inciting the insurrection at the Capitol. Homeland Security says right-wing militants and lone wolves may, quote, target elected officials and government facilities.
They're out there, they're angry, they're disenfranchised, they're upset that President Trump lost.
The warning comes as the investigation into the Capitol breach continues. 400 suspects have been identified, with hundreds more under investigation. The Justice Department says some rioters could face charges of sedition.
A California man is facing charges after the FBI found pipe bombs and a cache of guns in his home. Agents raided Ian Benjamin Rogers' Napa County home earlier this month, but we're just learning about it. They discovered assembled pipe bombs, materials that could be used to make more bombs, at least 49 guns and thousands of rounds of ammunition. He claims they were for entertainment purposes only, but agents say they found threatening text messages on his phone saying things such as he wants to blow up a Democratic building. They say Governor Newsom may have been one of his targets. If convicted, he could face up to 10 years in prison.